Try to do my job as well as I can. Well, I'm going back to that dirty town, trying to do my job as well as I can. Working in these bad trips, try to forget that noise around. I was sitting on that room floor, thinking all the evening about my baby. I was sitting on that room floor, thinking all the evening about my baby. I've lost my mind in a whiskey, and finally I'm crossed bad.
Good afternoon, my beautiful crime family. Yeah, it is a surprise, isn't it, on an early Saturday afternoon? But I was up late, 8, 9 o'clock this morning, man. At about, I'd say, like around 2 in the morning. And this is kind of one of the reasons what kept me up. I ran across a video from a gal that kept me up because there was too many things going through my head. And it's from Paula Mooney, and I had subscribed to her channel a long time ago, and I haven't seen her come up on my feed in quite a while. And it's probably because she hasn't and I looked, and she hasn't been talking much about Idaho 4. Yesterday she did, and this is it's pretty shocking. Okay, so anyway, I want to say hi to my crime family. Yeah, Moonflower Laza, my girl, good to see you. Leah, my girl, good to see you. Debbie, my girl, good to see you. Ty Knots, good to see you. Yeah, Caroline Quigley, good to see you. Toes, good to see you, brother. Teresa R, good to see you. Nat, my girl, good to see you. Bella, good to see you. Dana Puffenstuff, good to see you. Shauna Stanton, good to see you. Never mind my eyes. My eyes aren't that. You see, they're all squinty. Well, they're normally squinty anyway, but to everybody that's here on this Saturday afternoon, we're going to go over this video because it is quite shocking. And Don Capps, good to see you. And is it exculpatory? I guess is what my big question is. Anonymous, good to see you. Merry Christmas to you too. This could be exculpatory in my eyes. I mean, I'll let you decide for yourself, and I'm going to run this here right now. And the name of the channel, it's Paula Mooney, but it's name of the channel is Plunder. Now, a lot of you did not like her when I ran her before, because she kind of can go over to anti-Kohberger a lot of times. But this is it right here, and it's Plunder. She's done really well for herself. I couldn't believe how many subs she's got. When I looked last night, she's got 199,000 subs. She didn't have that the last time I ran one of her videos. But here we go. We'll listen to this stuff.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
Where did you see this person?
I was asleep.
Oh.
And then I woke up
Okay.
and it was just me and Sadie.
Okay, this is October 10th of 2021. Pullman Police 10/10/21 body cam videos.
Home at the time, and we both lived down in the basement, and my door was closed. I heard my door open, and I looked over, and someone was wearing a ski mask and had a knife like this.
Oh, okay.
And so I like kicked the out of their stomach and screamed super loud, and they like flew back into my closet and then ran out my door and up the stairs.
It is bizarre. It's
I've been here.
this is not something that happens in Pullman. Like well,
it almost makes me think that somebody was specifically targeting that person. You know what I mean? Like if they went to a specific room and would know how to get into this place.
She said that somebody opened her door and she thought it was one of us. So she kind of rolled over and looked. There was somebody with a ski mask and a knife, like this, like two, like right above her.
Okay.
And so she got up and she kicked them, and they fell like into her closet. And then they ran out of her room, and they heard.
So they had a ski mask and they're holding a knife up like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone entered the apartment up above in the middle of the night and scared the people who live there, and so we're just following up on this and trying to find out what happened and if anyone knows or saw anything.
Ooh, I want to film this intro and outro as quick as possible. I can't believe this. Brian Kohberger is listed by Pullman Police in Washington State as a person of interest.
A person of interest on 10/10/21. People, he was in Pennsylvania. He was in Pennsylvania. He didn't become a person of interest until the 12th of January of 23. This is unbelievable. There is another person of interest, though. And this is four girls in Pullman who reported somebody with a ski mask and a knife that came into their house and had the knife upwards coming in to I don't want to say the word STAB. I don't want to get docked by YouTube here. STAB, a girl sleeping. There's four girls that live in this house.
And this different case, not the Idaho 4 case, unfortunately, we know so much about. It's a 3:28 a.m. visit by some unknown stranger to a house that was only a 6-minute drive away from where Brian Kohberger once lived at Washington State University on their campus in apartment G201. I've been doing my research today.
Yeah, but once lived, but in the future. 10/10/21, Brian Kohberger was in Pennsylvania, and the only reason he became a person of interest and they've never gone any further is because they know he was in Pennsylvania. So who was this that went in with the knife with four girls in the house and a ski mask?
First of all, I've got to give a big shout out to the Daggum Truth. I'm going to link to her below. She's so sweet. She's the one who encouraged me to get all these videos to FOIA this incident. This incident took place on 10/10/21, October 10th, 2021. So, of course, it was the year before the horrific tragedy on 11/22. Now, we know Brian Kohberger is going to stand trial for that horrific, fatal stabbings of 4 University of Idaho students. But this crime was so similar in certain ways, police could not help but follow up as they should. Pullman police did a bang-up job. Investigators reached out to WSU, and in the PDF they sent me, they have Brian Kohberger listed as a person of interest. He's only one of 2 men listed as persons of interest in this case. Now, we know, sadly, Brian Kohberger is accused of taking the lives of these 4 beautiful students. Kaylee Gonzalez, she was 21. Xana Kernodle, she was 20. Madison Mogan, she was 21. And Ethan Chapin, who was 20. All stabbed to death by initially an unknown assailant who entered their home, the student house in Moscow, Idaho. So now, Brian, how surprised I was to see Brian Kohberger's name show up as a person of interest. The other man listed is Jose Anibal Cruz, and we'll talk more about him later.
Do you know your neighbors?
So what?
Do you know your neighbors upstairs?
Well,
Do you know who they are?
I'm sorry, I know English.
He was deemed a person of interest in this case on October 11th, 2021, basically the day after it happened. But by January 12th, 2023, Brian's name was added to the short list of only 2 men as persons of interest. And I see why, because they were such similar circumstances in certain ways. This crime was so similar in certain ways. They both took place at a residence, a home, full of students. There was a knife, cutting instrument used. The relationship to the victims was unknown, and they still don't know who the culprit is in this case.
Here's what I'm thinking. Is this the first time this guy tried this? Do you see what I'm saying? This guy tried this in October of 21. And that girl kicked him in the stomach. Yes. Give a hand to that girl. And kicked him in the stomach, and he fell into the closet, and he took off running out the door. Was this guy's first try? And then thought about it, might have pulled a couple of others, like in Oregon or whatever, got a little better at thinking what he's going to do. I mean, the coincidence is too much. It's too much. Four girls living in the house. 4 girls living in the house. It's too much of a coincidence.
But at the end, when I come back and close it out and let you watch all this body cam video footage they sent me today.
Ash.
They sent me 21 videos. I feel like I've been editing all day.
On the 1-2 corner.
Thank God for police. And I'm going to try and get all these videos up over on Patreon if you want to see the raw footage. Some of it is redacted visually. When they go inside a home, it's redacted. So that's why I throw up a different visual and you'll see the redacted name on there. So not only was the victim-perpetrator relationship unknown, it says there was alcohol involved and WSU student. We know Brian attended Wazoo, WSU. There were 4 occupants, 4 victims in this house, this body cam video footage we're going to look at. And at least one of the victims, you'll hear her speaking, one of the survivors. Thank God all these 4 girls survived. One of them was a waitress. So just like some of the victims in the Idaho 4 case, they were servers, and they talked a bit about, could this culprit have been someone who visited their eatery? We still don't know in Brian Kohberger's case. In this case, you'll hear the survivors talk about, well, I had some shady patrons and stuff like that. The difference is, though, the first blessed difference, these 4 women survived. You'll hear how one of them said she kicked him in the stomach, him or her. They didn't know if this perpetrator was a female or a male. Kicked him in the stomach, and that caused this person to flee and not harm any of the girls. God, I just wish any of the Idaho 4 could have done that. Would Brian Kohberger, if he's the true assailant, of course I have to say that until he's found guilty in a court of law, would that have made him flee, if only? Or if Brian did it, would he have just, like he did, kept on fighting and fighting and fighting? But the differences are, these 4 women survived. These 4 occupants of this home survived. The 911 call happened within 3 minutes after the assailant fled The 911 call happened right away. One roommate screamed and she said her other roommate didn't hear her. So we don't know what happened with Idaho 4, who heard what ruckus. So there's some subtle differences. But it had to be so scary with this unknown man, unknown person entering this home in the middle of the night, brandishing a knife in a bedroom, I believe in his right hand. The girl kept saying it looked like a steak knife, maybe a little shorter or longer. There were no suspects initially and no leads. Case being inactive, cops provided me with a plethora of body cam videos for that day. So this is why, I'll tell you why they added Brian Kohberger's name to the short list of persons of interest. On January 10th, 2023, Commander Brashears directed someone to follow up on a lead for this investigation because Brian Kohberger had just been arrested, as we all know, December 30th, 2022, 4 counts of first-degree murder and burglary for the incident that happened. It actually happened on November 13th, 2022. I was saying the wrong date earlier. I was mixing up the address of that 1122 King Road home. So there's an affidavit and there's everything they've attached to the affidavit because it's all related as to why they made him a person of interest. So they noted such similarities. The Moscow police corporal, Brett Payne, noted that in their investigation, Brian entered a home wearing a mask and he felled these 4 college-age victims. It said, wait a minute, Kohberger had begun attending Washington State University in the fall of 2022. DeSales University stated on their website that Kohberger completed his bachelor's degree there in 2020 and his graduate studies in 2022. So they're saying, although Kohberger wouldn't have been residing in Pullman during October 2021, Commander Brashears advised PPD had received information that SU Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology may have had an on-campus event for prospective graduate students, and Kohberger may have attended around this time, the same time of the incident. So they're like, wait a minute, October.
Okay, Miss Girl, you said up there that this Cody Ray was a suspect. Was that in the Oregon case or was that in this case? Because let me show you something. Let me show you this. When you said that, I had to look stuff up, right? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this for now. I'm going to get back to it. And I'm going to share this. Check this, people. Check this out. Fort Hall man sentenced after machete attack. December 21st, 2023. And this is from the East Idaho News staff. Fort Hall man sentenced after machete attack. I mean, you can't make this shit up. What the hell? And here's that Judge Nye that we have talked about. So, yeah, you got this dude. You can look that up, East Idaho News. You can't make this shit up, people. You can't make it up. It's crazy. And yet they got Brian Kohberger sitting in jail. What the hell is going on? Let's get back to that.
Incident happened to these girls. It frightened them so much. You'll hear them talking about, should we go stay in a hotel? This never happens in Pullman, Washington. And we know Pullman is so close to Moscow. Brashears emailed the department's graduate program coordinator, Danielle Macon, requesting info, and Macon responded the following day and wrote that the department was looking into his request. Then on January 19th, 2023, Brashears received an email from Macon responding to his request containing a forwarded email. This is all in the PDFs too, if you get it. I'll put the link below. I'll try and get everything up on Patreon if I can tonight. The email was from Melanie Angela Newelli, Associate Professor and Chair, which read that the program was not aware of any visit by Kohberger during the period indicated and did not hold any recruitment events at that time. Even though police...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He was in Pennsylvania.
The incident happened to these girls. It frightened them so much. You'll hear them talking about, should we go stay in a hotel? This never happens in Pullman, Washington. And we know Pullman is so close to Moscow. Brashears emailed the department's graduate program coordinator, Danielle Macon, requesting info, and Macon responded the following day and wrote that the department was looking into his request. Then, on January 19th, 2023, Brashears received an email from Macon responding to his request containing a forwarded email. This is all in the PDFs too, if you get it. I'll put the link below. I'll try and get everything up on Patreon if I can tonight. The email was from Melanie Angela Newelli, Associate Professor and Chair, which read that the program was not aware of any visit by Kohberger during the period indicated and did not hold any recruitment events at that time. Even though police had their, hackles up like, okay, Kohberger could have really been in Washington. We know he already had his eyes on WSU. We know he had been emailing. We know he had wanted to get on the Pullman Police Department force. He wanted to be an intern. He wanted to do all this stuff. His eyes were already like, go west, young man. We don't know how soon Kohberger started looking out west. And we don't know if he had taken a surreptitious trip out there that his parents may not have known about, or maybe they did know about. But they're saying, look, no, Kohberger, we're not.
Now, Paula goes to, I've heard her go Kohberger here and there, but she also goes to like Kohberger being could be guilty. And, I guess we all should be thinking that way because a little bit, but he is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. And so I don't like thinking that way. And there's just too much in this case. And now you got this coming on. To me, what do you I wonder if Ann Taylor knows about this. I wonder if Ann Taylor knows about this case right here. That's what I wonder, because this is almost exculpatory, I would say. Pretty dang close. 4 girls in a house being attacked with a guy in a ski mask with a knife. 2 years before the crimes. Like, this is a guy that's getting warmed up and prepped up to do something like this. I'm telling you.
Not aware of any visit by Kohberger during that time, and we didn't hold any recruitment events. So, with all that in mind, I want you to watch all this body cam video. I'm going to let the story play out, and then I
really want to give her credit, Paula credit, because she went and got all this from the police department. And I'm talking pages and pages and pages and all the body cam footage and the rest, and she just lets the body cam footage play.
we close it up, I'll come back and tell you why cops think they do have their suspect and whether or not it was Brian Kohberger in this case or not.
It was not.
Yeah, you get to take off. Thank you. Thanks for helping out.
Now I want you to look at this where he shines on that window. And I want you to remember that for a while here. Remember what it looks like.
Yeah, you get to dig off. Thank you. Thanks for helping out.
Right there. Look at that window. Now, does that look open to you a little bit or something? I don't know. But these windows are mentioned later. Ooh, Blackhawk. Really now. That's pretty interesting. 315 Northeast Ash Street is where this happened. Enan used to live right around the corner. That's very interesting, Blackhawk. And you know this for a fact, do you? Do you have any kind of a receipt on that or anything, Blackhawk? Huh. He's pretty sure. Do you? I would like to see. I would love you to send that to all capital letters, once upon a crime time @gmail.com. I would really like to see that because that's really interesting, people. Check it out. 315 Northeast Ash Street is where this happened. Enan used to live right around the corner. Oh, boy. And he has receipts. Unbelievable. And it's in his background check. Just look at his prior address. Wow. That is really interesting. Let's keep it going. Okay, I want opinions here, and I know we're kind of pro burgers. So, but I want you to think, clear your mind, and not let's not be biased here. Could this be, if Ann Taylor had this information, could this be exculpatory evidence that there was somebody that went into a home where there was 4 girls with a knife and a ski mask and went at the girl like he was going to stab her, and she kicked him in the stomach, and he takes off running. I got a couple of yeses. Do you think it's could be exculpatory evidence? Got another one. Another yes. Another yes. Another yes. Open. Interesting. Let's keep it going. Now, these windows they looked at and didn't think anybody could get in them. I don't think that's quite true either. Because if you remember the John Benet Ramsey case, there was one of these little, what do you call these little little holes or whatever these are. I always see them in the basement windows. They're like that. They thought that, that the guy got in through there or whatever. I think a guy could get in through these windows myself. The cops did not believe they could there, if I remember right. But if you see on the other side of the house or whatever, they didn't have those holes. They were just straight up, on the ground from the ground.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, SATI.
How many people are with you?
There's me.
Okay.
Hi.
Are you guys able to come out to this car?
Yeah, we can come out. Guys, come out here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Can I go grab a pair of shoes really quick?
Yep.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Sorry. Thank you guys for coming.
Have you seen anybody?
No, but I got home 5 minutes ago. So my roommate, Alex.
So I'm trying to protect you from whoever this is. So if you guys can
Go out.
go. Thank you.
Sorry.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Where did you see this person?
I was asleep, and then I woke up
Okay.
and it was just me and Sadie home at the time, and we both lived down in the basement, and my door was closed. I heard my door open, and I looked over, and someone was wearing a ski mask and had a knife like this.
Okay.
And so I kicked the shit out of their stomach and screamed super loud, and they flew back into my closet and then ran out my door and up the stairs.
Okay. And that's the last you know as they ran up the stairs?
Yeah. And then when they got home, this back door was wide open.
Okay. How long ago did this happen?
Maybe 15, 20 minutes at most.
Okay. And so between the four of you, it's the whole house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one else is there?
There's another unit in the front, but there's just one person that lives down there. And then the four of us live upstairs.
In the front?
Yeah, at the front door.
There's stairs down at the front of the house.
And
okay.
There's another separate unit right down there at the bottom. And I think it's a 1-bedroom, maybe a 2-bedroom.
Are the stairs inside or outside?
They're outside.
Oh, okay. Is there access to that unit inside?
No.
Okay. 407-453. There is a separate unit with outside access to some stairs. That separate unit downstairs on the front cannot be accessed on the inside. So I'm assuming that you would like us to go through your place and make sure no one's there.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a sweep would be great.
So what I'd like you guys to do is stay in the vehicle and keep the doors locked until we come back to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
407-453. The complainant kicked the person they saw and the person ran away, and maybe about 15 minutes ago. So we don't know if there's anyone in here, but they would like us to search. We're already inside the back, and I think it'll work well. We do have part of the basement to search as well.
Pullman Police Department, make yourself known.
Can you announce that they're under arrest for burglary?
Pullman Police Department, you're under arrest for burglary and/or trespassing.
Very messy bedroom. So the bed opens up in an area to the left, and we got a bunch of stuff straight ahead.
So she said she was down here when the guy with a knife
Yeah,
was standing above her?
yeah, and she kicked him in the stomach. So thank you for your patience. There's no one in there now. What I'd like you guys to do, if it's all right with you, is all four of you want to come into the dining room, then we'll go from there.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, those stairs are kind of suspicious.
Okay, so you were the person that. Okay.
Yeah.
Did anyone else hear or see anything?
I heard them run up the stairs, and I don't really remember anyone coming down. I do remember somebody like running up the stairs, and I didn't know if it was her running to the bathroom or if it was over them coming home, because I was just laying in my bed like watching TV, and she came into my room and she was like, "Did you hear me scream?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "I was like, why?" And she was like,
Yeah. Well,
Joe,
at first I thought that
would you be able to?
something,
Okay.
but
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go with you downstairs so you can show me exactly where things happen. Can you get info from the other three people?
Hey, Joe, I'm going to be walking around the outside.
Sounds good. So before we go down, in case there's things that this person touched that no one else has touched yet, I'd like you to be holding your own hand so you don't start touching things. Does that
I don't think
make
that they
sense?
touched anything,
Okay.
but I think their back like touched my closet, and I really could not tell you if it was a guy or a girl.
Oh, okay.
When I first looked at them, I thought it was a girl. I mean, I only looked at them for a second, and then
So which room is yours?
this one
Okay.
is mine. And did you guys open that up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't
So we
remember.
wanted to look at every place that a person could be. So
I was sleeping right here, and I'm a really heavy sleeper, but I heard the door open,
okay.
and I saw someone, like I saw the ski mask first, and I rolled over, and I was like, what the heck? And then they like literally were like this.
Okay.
Me with the
So
and then
is this what the lighting was like at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is exactly what it would have been.
Can you describe the knife for me?
It looked like kind of a smaller knife.
Okay.
Smaller knife. It wasn't like a huge like anything. It kind of looked like just like a smaller steak knife.
Okay.
And so yeah, I just rolled over and kicked them, and they fell back into the closet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if they would be taller or shorter than me?
They were shorter than you.
Okay.
They would probably come to about like maybe here on
Oh,
you.
okay, so pretty short.
Yeah, they were pretty short. That's the one thing I noticed.
Thick, thin.
I couldn't say for sure, but I don't think either really side.
So you're saying like a ski mask, any glasses or lenses or anything?
Burgundy.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it was a burgundy ski mask. Yeah, no glasses.
Did you get a sense of eyes or skin tone or anything?
Not really. It was so fast.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm just.
Yeah. I would.
No, do you hear what this police officer is asking this person? Skin tone. We haven't heard anything about skin tone in the Kohberger case. None. Zero. Unless, has anybody else seen skin tone? I gotta ask. Has anybody seen where they say what the skin tone is? I mean, that's one of the first things. Like, okay, you know, they're on the radio and they're looking for somebody. We have a white male, you know, blah blah blah, or we have a black male, or we have an Asian. I mean, they're saying something like that. Yeah, never. Not at all. They've never ever said that. That's one of the first things you got to ask, right? That's one of the first things that is asked. Why haven't we found out what Dylan supposedly allegedly said about the skin tone? Maybe because she wasn't even there. Here we go. Keep it going.
Wish I remembered more.
Did you see skin on a hand or?
I want to say that they were white, but I'm not.
Yes, it was typically, yes, it was in 21 on 10/10, October 10th to 21. Person goes in, 4 girls in a house, 4 girls in a house with the ski mask on. Was this what I'm thinking for the people that weren't here earlier? Was this the warm-up of what happened 2 years later? Was this the warm-up and he just failed terribly? So he went home and he has 2 years to think about it, or maybe there's some crimes in Oregon that he was involved in, or whatever. He got better and he thought about it and thought about it for 2 years. That's what I'm asking. Is this his first outing where he just messes up? Here we go.
100%. Like that's if I try to picture
a bare hand versus a gloved hand, or do you know?
I think they were wearing gloves. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember seeing their skin at all on their hands. I think they were wearing gloves. Yeah.
So, were you like face up, face down towards the wall?
I sleep so heavy. I don't even know what I was, but I just remember seeing them coming towards me, and I like put my feet out and kicked them with both my feet. Just as hard as I could.
Could you do me a favor and stand where you think they were standing when you first noticed?
When I first noticed, they like went like this, like. And then I saw them, and my roommates are doing pranks and stuff all the time. So at first I was like, Caitlin, and then I saw the knife, and I was like, they would not do a knife, and so
So did they get closer at that point?
Yeah, and they got closer because I kicked them like really hard, and I've got short legs, and I was over there, and so yeah, they were like right here.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Kim, you're right. It's 1 year. I said 2 years. It's 1 year before the crimes. A year before, 10 of 21. A house where 4 girls lived gets attacked by a guy wielding a knife with the ski mask on. You can't make this shit up, people. You can't make it up. Now, according to, what was his name? Where are you, brother? Blackhawk. According to Blackhawk, where was I going with this? Okay, I get foggy still here and there, guys. That they had a suspect and he's dead. You can't make this shit up, people. Blame it on the dead guy. Oh my God. You can't make this shit up. You just can't.
What'd you feel when you kicked?
Just a stomach, not like rock hard abs or anything.
Not with ribs or any. Okay.
I don't think so. I don't.
And then,
They were wearing like a sweatshirt too, something like, I don't know.
Dark or light or?
I would say dark, but it's also dark in here.
Yeah.
But
notice
yeah,
any like Washington State or anything across the front? Okay.
Mm-mm.
When they fell back, did they kind of stay standing or did they go down to like?
They stayed standing and they got out of here really quick. I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah. So thank you. I'm really sorry this happened. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm sorry that my room is such a mess when this happened.
Do you, this is pretty unlikely, but do you see anything in here that's not yours?
Yeah, I just said that. Who said that? I just said that, Christopher. I was wrong earlier. Yeah, it was only a year before. It was only a year before. But Brian Kohberger wasn't in Pennsylvania, or wasn't in Washington. He was in Pennsylvania. To me, I hope Ann Taylor knows about this. I really hope Ann Taylor knows about this, because this is, to me, is huge. Good job to Paula over at Plunder, True Crime. Awesome work. She got all this body cam footage. She got it herself from the police department out there. She did all the work, and she deserves the credit for getting this out there.
Well, I don't know when the blanket got on the floor.
That may have been us just making sure there wasn't somebody hiding in your bedding.
Oh, gotcha. Can I move the blanket?
Yes.
This is where they would have been. Yeah, I don't see.
So if you see a knife, don't touch it.
Okay. Yes. No, dude. Yeah, you guys didn't find anything, did you?
No.
Just go, please.
I also think that's
did
pretty.
You guys take them down, or did they fall in the?
To be honest, I'm not sure which order that happened in, but I do know that we wanted to get in all these places and make sure there wasn't a person there.
Well, that's the scariest thing. So I live down here in the basement, and I always check these before I go to bed, because I don't know. I'm also a waitress at Zoe's, and I'm not even a student anymore. I just live here with my roommates, and I'm a waitress at Zoe's, and I don't know.
Hence the tip jar.
Yes, my tip jar. I don't know. I have a lot of regulars, a lot of people that I've thought before, this could be someone who could possibly be kind of weird, but I don't know.
Have any of the weird people come home with you?
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah, no.
No, she actually, Tonka, she actually worked on this and got the stuff herself from the police department. She got all the pages, all everything. She's got pages and pages and pages. Just in one section alone, she got 48 pages. Yeah, she did the work herself. She did it all. I mean, anybody can do that. Anybody can file and get this stuff. But she's the one that did it.
I'm trying to. Oh, let's walk out here. Do you know how this window is usually left?
Locked. Was it open?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So please don't walk over here because we'll be trying to process this. But you're confident that this is usually locked?
Yes,
Okay.
I have never actually seen it like that. Yeah, it's always locked. Or at least closed. I don't know if it's locked, but that looks more open than it usually is.
Okay. Because anyway, it kind of swings this way. So I think it is usually locked. Otherwise, you would see it like this.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe they went out. No, because we heard them run up the stairs if they came in through the window. I don't know.
It's like.
Oh, it looks like or maybe because this picture was over there, so they might have brought it over on their shoe, or one of the officers. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know if they would have pushed through that window somehow, but I'm gonna take a closer look at it.
Okay.
And you talked to the dispatcher, right?
No, that was my roommate Sadie. Because I just ran after I heard them go up the stairs. I just ran into Sadie's room.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I told her what happened.
Well, the way it works, at least with me, is if somebody sends me something, I give them credit, and I know that Paula would do the same thing, unless the person does not want to be known, and if the person doesn't want to be known, then I don't say a word. And if she got this from somebody else and they did not want to be known, if it's one of her investigators or a friend or whatever, that is up to her. But I don't think she would make up this big story that she filed for this stuff and all that. That would be totally ridiculous. Could be, for one thing, she'd be found out and she would be exposed. And I wouldn't want to do that.
And then she called the police, and I held the door closed.
So what's your last name? And your first name?
Alex.
Is that short for anything?
No.
Okay.
My full name.
Do you have a middle initial?
K.
And date of birth? You're the same age as my oldest daughter.
Oh, nice.
And can I get your phone number? You mentioned pranks earlier.
Wait, sorry.
So
you said, yeah.
You mentioned like your roommates and some types of pranks earlier.
Yeah.
So whether it's them or somebody else, is there?
No one else but those three would do something like that.
And
I'm not close with anyone else.
And if they had done it, I'm assuming they wouldn't let it go this far.
They've been crying on the phones with their moms. I think they would have let up by now.
So
I don't think there's any chance that was a prank.
I was assuming that. I just had to ask that question. Are you part of, or were you part of any Greek organizations? Or
Yeah,
okay.
I was, but I'm not anymore.
So there wouldn't be like some wider house issue, or somebody's out.
No, I left on.
Well, isn't that interesting? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He asked if she was part of Greek life, and she goes, I was, but I'm not anymore. And what about Maddie and Kaylee? Very interesting. Very interesting. Did you hear that? I'll back it up just a little bit here.
I'm not close with anyone else.
And if they had done it, I'm assuming they wouldn't let it go this far.
They've been crying.
Right here.
That window somehow, but I'm going to take a closer look at it.
Okay.
And you talked to the dispatcher, right?
No, that was my roommate Sadie. Because I just ran after I heard them go up the stairs. I just ran into Sadie's room.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I told her what happened, and then she called the police, and I held the door closed. Scary.
So what's your last name? And your first name?
Alex.
Is that short for anything?
No.
Okay.
My full name.
Do you have a middle initial?
K.
And date of birth?
Oh.
You're the same age as my oldest daughter.
Oh, nice.
And can I get your phone number? You mentioned pranks earlier.
Wait, sorry.
So you
said, yeah.
You mentioned like your roommates and some types of pranks earlier.
Yeah.
So whether it's them or somebody else, is there?
No one else but those three would do something like that.
And
I'm not close with anyone else.
And if they had done it, I'm assuming they wouldn't let it go this far.
They've been crying on the phones with their moms. I think they got hit with blood up by now.
So
I don't think there's any chance that was a prank.
I don't think there's any chance that it was a prank. I don't think there's any chance it was a prank. I mean, this person was after her. I don't think there's any chance it was a prank. So let's just rule out crazy, what do you call it, with the sororities, initiations and all that bullshit. This was not a prank. I'm just going to go on here for a little longer.
Assuming that, I just had to ask that question. Are you part of, or were you part of any Greek organizations? Or
yeah,
okay.
I was, but I'm not anymore.
So there wouldn't be like some wider house issue, or somebody's out.
No, I left on good terms. They all still like me and everything.
So other than some strange customers at work, no.
I can't think of anything, and I can't think of why they would come into my room and nowhere else. Like, I don't know.
Did she have lights on when this was going on?
She had when I came out of my room, I could hear her TV.
Oh, okay.
So her TV was on, so they might have heard that.
That's a good one, Nat. It feels like another warning leading up to the 13th. That is exactly what I feel. That is exactly what I feel. Hey, Terry. It looks a little, I mean, you know, all houses are different. You know, it's not exactly the same. I mean, it's just what's the same is that there was 4 girls living there, and one gets attacked. I don't know why you have such a problem with Tonka. Or Tonka, I don't know why you have such a problem with Plunder on this. If someone gave this to her and didn't want to be known, she might have come up with that story that she did, but it was because somebody didn't want to be known. And I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, I get stuff. A lot of my stuff comes from people, but they don't want to be known. They don't want credit for it. And if they don't want to get credit for it, I'm not going to say their name. I'm just not going to. So Tonka, I don't know why, but I don't know what you know either. So, but anyway, I'll let this go for a while longer here, and then I'm going to, because this is 1 hour and 34 minutes long. I'm not going to do that whole thing. But
I decided not to go in there.
So you're describing a burgundy, like, whole head ski mask?
Ski mask. And I don't know. I feel like there was hair like poking out the bottom of it, but again, I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to say anything like 100% because it was dark and I was scared as hell. So.
Also, she's not done yet with this. Because remember, she said she's coming back. Well, she doesn't come back in this video. She just lets this play out. So we don't know what she's going to have to say yet about this. So we'll have to keep tuned with her.
Do you wear corrective lenses, contacts, or anything? So your vision was fine when you looked up?
2020.
Cool. I'm just trying to, I don't want to overlook something here. So so you seem to be talking fine. Did you drink alcohol this evening? Okay.
No, I stayed in. I'm supposed to work at 6:30 a.m. So I don't really drink that much ever.
So you're probably not going back to bed.
Yeah, probably not.
So did you hear them say?
They didn't say a thing.
Okay.
They didn't say anything.
Did they grunt or moan or exclaim or cry when you kicked them?
Nothing.
Just silence.
Just silence.
Do you have any questions for me at this point?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm someone who it takes me a second to like process things, so I'm just kind of in shock. I don't know.
Do you know if your doors are usually locked? Or?
Usually they are, but our 2 roommates were still just coming home from somewhere because the serenades were tonight and everything.
Yes.
So they had, I think one of them had they were just coming home. So our doors weren't locked, or at least the back door.
So and I know my partner's getting her full information, but the person who's here is, what's her name?
Sadie Marchant. I can spell.
That's enough because I'll get it from him.
Okay, sounds good.
So from the time that you kick him, it sounds like Sadie heard running up the stairs as well.
So what we have here is on October 10th of 2021, a year before the crimes, we have a guy that goes into a house with four girls living there with a knife and a ski mask, and goes to stab this. I said it. Goes to do this to this girl, and she kicks him in the stomach, and he flies back into the closet, jumps up, and runs out the door. This is a year before. And what was it? Why was I going here? The BK that woke up 1984. BK, they listed Brian Kohberger as a person of interest on 1/12 of 23. After his arrest, which, okay, he wasn't even near Washington on the 10th of October 2021. Nothing's ever come of this with Brian Kohberger and this case, and but it matches what happened at 11/22. 1 year before. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to bring out. You can go watch the rest of this video if you want. It's mostly, like I said, it's just all, but they are talking here. I'll go forward a little bit. Let's hear what they're saying.
And just let me. Let's move up to the back of that car over there.
Now, they question that little guy. Where is that there? That little Asian guy that's living downstairs.
After I locked everything down. Especially if the person left as soon as they got kicked.
Yeah.
They're
clearly not like gonna.
They're not trying to.
They're clearly not trying to pick a fight.
Yeah, they're not trying to
She's
sit
not,
there.
no, she's little and she doesn't have a lot of muscle. She's
Yeah, because if you think about somebody has the advantage of surprise and a knife, and they get kicked and they didn't keep going, then.
No, I think the other person of interest is that guy. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, right here.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Brashears of the Pullman Police Department. How are you today?
What?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do. Are you the only one who lives here?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I came by, the other night there was somebody who had gone upstairs to the neighbor's apartment, and we're kind of checking out to kind of see what people know about that.
Okay.
Did you hear or see anything?
Yeah, I heard 2 years.
What's that?
I heard for 2 years.
You're here for 2 years? Okay.
Never have problem. I work.
You work. Where do you work at?
Rancho Viejo.
At Rancho Viejo? Okay. Let me jot your name down real quick here. Do you know your neighbors?
What?
Do you know your neighbors upstairs?
What?
Do you know who they are?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not speaking English.
Are you friends with them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your last name?
Cruz.
Cruze?
Yeah.
And what's your first name?
Jose.
Jose?
Yes.
And what's your middle name?
Animal.
How do you spell that?
The animal.
Do you have your ID?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you, during this interview, it is pretty messed up. He kind of contradicts himself pretty badly. Now, I don't know if it's lack of understanding. They do bring in someone that does speak Spanish. But it is kind of messed up.
Thank you. What's the phone number I could reach you at? 7772. Oh, 0772. Okay. And this is Ash Street. Is it lower or is it the B unit? What's that? What, is this the lower unit or is this B or what? How does it actually address?
This the other.
Well, so upstairs is
This
Is this number
number 2?
number 2? Okay. All right, here's your ID back.
Yep.
So Saturday night, were you home Saturday night?
No, I would. I work. I start close. I do 10:20.
What time did you get off work?
2 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah. No, I close 10:30.
Oh, you closed at 10:30?
To shower, go to the bar, my friend, work.
Okay, so you got off work at 10:30.
Saturday is not here.
What's that?
I know her, but I told my friend to the house and she is over there.
Okay, so did you guys go out to the bars here in Pullman? Which bar did you guys go to?
The new bar.
The lumber yard? Okay. And how long did you stay there?
Maybe
2 a.m.
So
Did
my friend give me a ride, go over there on the home, my friend. Get over there in the morning.
Oh, so you spent the night at your friend's house. Okay. What's your friend?
It is Miguel.
Miguel? Okay. All right. Do you work with him?
Yeah, I work over there.
Okay. All right. Have you seen anyone suspicious in the neighborhood that's been like watching the houses or anything like that?
Not bad.
You haven't seen
No,
them?
I have my wife just behind you this morning. I have my boy just one up.
Okay. Your wife doesn't live here?
Right, Carrie.
Okay. Are you guys not getting along or?
Never.
No, you said your wife lives behind Dismore's?
Yeah.
But she doesn't live here?
Yeah, because it's separate,
Oh, separate.
Right, that's one.
Okay.
Maybe, one there.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No, yeah, because I don't know who is police.
Well, the reason that we came by here is because someone entered the apartment up above in the middle of the night and scared the people who live there, and so we're just following up on this and trying to find out what happened and if anyone knows or saw anything. Okay.
Your name, I know. Why not me?
Okay.
Exactly,
Right.
simply.
Okay. It's, I heard because it's danger. Never have problem, no arrest, nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Work.
Actually, I think they might have. I think this is the second time they went there.
If you see anything suspicious, give us a call, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you want to talk out here or inside? I know it's cold.
Whatever.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that
Do you
was
mind if
the
we come
first
in, or
time.
are you coming out? Okay.
Now this is where
Okay. So I brought Officer Lara with me. He speaks.
Okay, this is where it's kind of weird, and I think you'll agree. There's something isn't right with his alibi or whatever. You'll see what I mean.
Spanish, so he can help translate if you have any questions about what I'm saying, okay? But because there's 3 of us here, I'm just going to remind you that you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say
And there's a lot more than 3 there.
can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney and to have an attorney present before you answer any questions or make any statements. Okay, and you can choose to invoke your rights at any time and not answer any questions or request an attorney.
¿Se entendió? No, dice que tiene derecho de permanecer en silencio si gusta y tiene derecho para tener un abogado presente y se entiende sus derechos. Sí, yes, he understands.
Okay.
¿Por qué voy a tener un abogado?
What would he need a lawyer at this time?
It's up to you. It's just because there are 3 of us here and we're talking to you about the incident that happened upstairs. You probably got the search warrant paperwork that we left. So just so you understand your rights, I want to make sure that I reiterate those to you.
So, el papel que me dejaron es como para yo buscar un abogado.
So that paper, what does it indicate on that paper? Is that for him to find a lawyer?
No, that's not what that was about.
Ya, porque yo hablé con un abogado ya, pero también quiero saber por qué vinieron a registrar mi casa, porque quiero saber si me están acusando las mujeres de arriba, porque vinieron a registrarme toda la casa. No entiendo por qué.
So he is just, he doesn't understand why his house or apartment was searched.
Okay, so I talked to Miguel, who you were supposedly with the night that the man came to your upstairs neighbors, and you told Sergeant Brashears that you were with Miguel all night at his house. And when I talked to Miguel said that was not true. He said you guys went to the lumber yard and then walked here, and he left at about 3 a.m.
¿Mande?
¿Cómo dijo?
Dijo que habló con Miguel y que Miguel había dicho que no había estado
Thank
con
you,
usted
Rainy.
al horario que usted había dicho. Y entonces cuando so I told him about the part where Miguel said he was not with him by what time?
At 3 a.m.
A las 3 de la mañana.
Yeah. So I go outside, give my friend Miguel come in my house. This come in the bar. So Miguel, you don't have a right for your house, you know. He's coming here. The bar is closed 12 o'clock in the morning. So coming here, Miguel vino y estuvo un rato conmigo. Venimos caminando de allá. Nos salimos a las 2 de la barra. ¿Cómo no va a estar aquí más de las 3? O sea, yo creo le dio miedo y decir, o no sé, pero sí estuvo, no sé a qué horas realmente, pero sí estuvo aquí.
Okay. So he doesn't know exactly what time it was, but after the bar closed around 2 o'clock, that's when they walked over here, and he was around here around that time. That's what he's saying.
Okay. So why did you tell Sergeant Brashears that you stayed at Miguel's house?
¿Por qué le dijo al sargento Bashir que usted se quedó en la casa de Miguel?
No, es que no me entendió.
Okay. He said he didn't.
Sí, yo le dije a él que yo no hablo inglés.
He told him that he didn't speak English, and he says that it's he didn't understand.
Okay, but it was pretty clear.
Le estaba diciendo que.
So there's what the house looks like compared to 1122. If you notice, there is additions. So it is that kind of a house. I mean, of course, it's got its own character and it's totally different. But I think, was it Terry? Were you the one wondering about that? Somebody was wondering about that.
Miguel se fue a su casa, ¿sí me entiendes? Pero no, yo sé que por eso le llamaron a él, porque no me entendió. Y yo desde un principio le dije, no te voy a entender todo lo que me vas a decir, y tampoco te voy a poder contestar porque usted ya sabe que yo no hablo inglés.
So he's saying that he let Bashir know that he doesn't understand.
I highly doubt he's an illegal because I'm sure they would have checked that status pretty quick. I don't think he would be because they would have taken him in. But then Poland and Moscow police aren't known to be the brightest.
Spanish, I'm sorry, English, and he told them that he wasn't going to understand either.
Okay. Because it was pretty clear that you told him that you stayed the night at Miguel's house.
Dijo que le quedó claro a usted que usted había dicho que se quedó en la casa de Miguel.
No. Yo le estaba diciendo de que él se había ido a esa hora y yo me quedé a dormir aquí.
He's saying that he left at that hour, that he explained to Bashir that he
I
left
agree,
at that
Kim.
hour and he was going to stay here.
Okay. Because you told...
Yo creo que no me entendió, pero pues yo le estaba diciendo que él había venido aquí a mi casa y que él se fue y yo me quedé aquí a dormir.
He's saying that he came to his house and then he left and then he stayed here. That's what he said.
Okay, because you told Sergeant Brashears you weren't home, you weren't here at all that night.
Que usted le había dicho a Sergeant Bashir que usted no ha estado aquí toda esa noche.
No, sí. Yo me quedé a dormir y le dije que me había levantado a las 11 de la mañana para ir a trabajar.
He stayed here. And
I don't think I would, Kim. I was offered a place down in Mexico with the beach and maids and all that stuff, and I turned it down. But I don't think I would have learned Spanish. I think I would have just kept with my English.
And then he woke up at 11 o'clock so he can go to work.
Okay.
Yeah. So, pero por eso yo quería que viniera. Si, es más, yo le dije, cuando vengas con alguien que sepa español, porque yo no entiendo, o sea, no me puedo explicarle. ¿Sí me entiende?
He said that he told Bashir that when he does come back to bring somebody that speaks Spanish because he doesn't understand.
Okay. And that's what we did. So it's easier to understand.
Good.
Yeah. So that night, do you remember hearing anything from upstairs?
Esa noche sí escuchó algo arriba que había sucedido.
No, yo venía bien tomado, pues nomás me metí, Miguel estuvo aquí sentado, vinieron por él, se fue y yo me quedé dormido, yo no vi nada. No.
So he's saying he was drunk and then that Miguel stayed at this couch and then he doesn't remember.
So Miguel stayed the night here?
No, just said over here, he's talking for his waiting for ride, you know.
Okay.
So Miguel leave, I go to the restroom.
Right, Terry.
In my bed, he sleep. Because he said 3, I don't know, I don't remember what time. So he's sleeping, so because I go work.
Okay, because there were a lot of officers here, and there was a lot of noise shortly after around 3:30. Do you remember hearing any of that?
Que había muchos oficiales aquí.
So this guy says he was at Miguel's house or whatever, and Miguel says no, he wasn't. So that is very sus. But the main thing of this video is it happened almost exactly a year. It'd be 13 months on October 10th, 2021. And a house with 4 girls living in it. Guy goes in with a knife and a ski mask. And one of the girls kicked him in the stomach. He flew backwards into the closet and he jumped up and ran out. He, she, whatever. And this is huge to me. This is a year before. Why has this not really been brought out and delved into? Anyway, so that is Plunder's channel right there. I can show you the channel here. There she is, and yeah, well, that's Paula Mooney, Plunder. She's been around a while. I've showed videos of her before. A lot of the family didn't like her that much because she would say some anti-Kohberger things sometimes. But, you know, you have to look at all sides, and she kind of does look at all sides. She's a very nice, very, very nice person. And she's got a great channel. And she had 199,000 subscribers last night. And she now has passed 200,000 subscribers. Congratulations to Paula Mooney and Plunder. That is amazing. That is amazing. Great work by her. And she does run good videos, but she gets into a lot of stuff here. She hasn't, I can tell, I haven't seen her come up in my feed in a long time. And I can tell now why, because she's been running different cases. As soon as she runs a Brian Kohberger case, it comes up into my feed. And that came up in my feed like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, see, she did one here a year ago. I might have ran that one. I know I've ran her some of her stuff, and that looks familiar. So I bet you this is one of them. So, yeah, this is her channel right here. And I hope I brought some attention to this. And the link is in the description. And I hope you all have a great day. And just remember that my subs are my heart and my mods are my soul. And until next time, rock and roll. Just breathe, people. Just breathe. Love you all.